Good evening, everybody. My name is Nico, otherwise known as Nico Games, and I am here with a bit of a story or a bit of an investigation. We're kind of going into this whole Miyazaki and Mary Weatherly kind of situation that's going on. I don't know a full detail of what is actually going on. We have this person here, Mary, who is obviously upset about something that Miyazaki has done, and we have Miyazaki right here. Uh, this guy right here was apparently an employee of Samurai Buyer. If you don't know what Samurai Buyer is, it's a place where you can buy some overseas stuff from Japan, like anime merch, Japanese things, whatever might suit your otaku fancy. So we have this person right here. He's obviously upset. He's made a long Twitter post or something. I don't know what you call it, twit longer, and he kind of explained everything. If you go through everything, you can see like people are obviously responding to this. You have Joey the Anime Man, J List. I think I saw Noble Senpai. Yeah, here he is, Noble Senpai right here. I haven't seen Aki Dearest respond to it. That's definitely a first. But even what's his name? I Hate Everything. Here it is. I Hate Everything. He responded to it. So we're actually gonna go ahead and get into this a little bit. Let's see. We have his twit longer right here. Do not buy from Samurai Buyer Miyazaki homie. Please read the full thing and retweet. Okay. I'm sorry this is so long. It gets worse further you read, and at the end I'll explain why you shouldn't buy from Samurai Buyer. They will unethically change your way too much. Okay? You can talk to me about this on Discord or add me on Skype. I did add him on Skype. I kind of asked if he wanted to do an interview. He said he doesn't do voice interviews. Okay, understandable. So there's his Skype if you want it. There's his Discord if you want to go on. I'll leave those in the description, and I'll even leave this twit longer in the description. Please, please, please read all of it, since the next context is very important. What Miyazaki did was downright sociopathic. Alright? Starting off of that doesn't really give me, a good feeling about what he's saying. It feels like it's running on emotion, but I am totally giving him the benefit of the doubt. I don't want to just say, alright, this guy is obviously just upset about some job or whatever. So we'll go ahead and read all of this, make sure everything's up, like clears out, everything sounds good. I quit my job as a sales manager in the Telenor group in Scandinavia because I was invited to move to Japan and work for Samurai Buyer. Okay, that sounds like a very good dream job. Yeah, I loved all the memes made by Miyazaki, and iDubbbz had advertised a position as a social media marketing manager for the company, which was my dream job. Okay. Within 3 months, I had taken their Twitter from 1,000 followers to 14,000. Everything seemed so nice. I took a chance and moved to Tokyo to Fukuoka to work in their office. Every day I interact with customers and fans of iDubbbz who had come to know us. I made all the jokes and memes and practically was Miyazaki internet presence for all of 2017 until now. That's when things started getting worse. It was my first time in a Japanese office, and I was obviously very nervous. Miyazaki would often refuse to communicate with me, acting very cold and distant. So I became very paranoid. Nevertheless, I designed their subscription box, which we called the Miyazaki Meme Box. I had the company new mascot design and created all marketing slogans and marketed it myself on social media. After that, and Lost Pause, if you don't know him, he's an anime YouTuber, uploaded a video advertising it. We managed to reach the goal Miyazaki had asked me to achieve the whole month in just working 2 days and a weekend. So he obviously is a good worker if he's able to manage to get that much promotion for the company. It's obvious that he did a pretty good job, if you ask me. Okay, continue reading. I didn't feel paranoid in the office all the time, so I moved back to Tokyo. When I arrived to Tokyo, Miyazaki had overnight deleted all of my company accounts, my company email, my chat work. He had even removed me from all work-related Skype groups and taken away my access to company Twitter and Facebook without saying a word. Okay, now that is extremely crazy. It's almost like he fired him without even saying anything, which completely unprofessional if you ask me. I had only ever done what Miyazaki told me. I never did anything he told me not to do. And he told me not to do something, I would naturally never have done it. I had every reason to expect a steady job, especially when he encouraged extending the duration of my stay in Japan. Had it not been for my wonderful readers, I would be in huge financial trouble due to him ousting me from the company. I'm not even sure I would be able to get home to Denmark, as I had rescheduled my plane ticket to leave in June rather than March, and I couldn't change it again. So naturally, I freaked out and started calling Miyazaki and everyone in the company. Nobody would respond until Miyazaki suddenly, by saying I had broken the company rules, which I had never been told, by self-promoting, by mentioning on my own Twitter, on the company's Twitter. So he posted his Twitter on the company's Twitter, and he left a link here, so let's go ahead and take a look. Okay. Advertising your own service on Samurai Buyer business account isn't allowed and against the company rules. You said I could. You said I could advertise my comic. What the fuck, dude? You can't just do this shit. You said I could advertise my comic and my Twitter. I advised Samurai Buyer on my Twitter. That's about merchandise. No, you said I could advertise my comic when I got hired. Okay, so that, after all like the good work that he has done, it seems like he definitely brought a lot of attention to Samurai Buyer, and then he gets fired just because of that. Like, I mean, I can't imagine that he completely spammed Samurai Buyer's Twitter with his Twitter as comics, because, you know, I would have at least seen it. I don't really pay attention to Samurai Buyer's Twitter, but I would have at least noticed something going on there. But I've never really seen anything like that. But anyways, moving on. Even though he told me I could do it, he told me I could share my comic onto the Twitter all I wanted. Alright, so he has another post right here, so let's go ahead and take a look. Proof. Sure, you can also share your comic if you want. Yeah, he pretty much did say that from this evidence alone. I mean, I would feel a little more comfortable if I saw the entire archive of the Skype call or the Skype chat, but obviously, you know, I can't. It's a little personal, but you know, from what it says here, Miyazaki did say that. I'm not entirely sure if this is Miyazaki's Skype, but I'm gonna have to take his word for it. What then ensued was me constantly trying to get an answer from him, and him just sarcastically responding with emojis and childish mockery. Alright, let's see this. Don't talk shit about me to Aki. You gave me permission to advertise my comics. And some weird emoji face. Unprofessional, talk to me properly. To be fair, dude, you did like kind of curse at him the entire time, but alright, he sent this weird ass emoji right here. Am I fired or on for long? I don't know what that means. We worked really well and our sales were really high, and now you will just throw it away because I advertised my comic like you told me I could. If you're just putting me on for long temporarily so I don't tell people what you did to me, it's not gonna work. Yeah, I mean, I don't really blame him, honestly. If he did do something like that, I would obviously tell somebody, and I would like to know my job situation, if fired or not. He's in a very difficult situation because he's actually not Japanese. He's from Denmark, as he previously posted. So I'd be freaking out too if I was him, being in a foreign country and then all of a sudden getting fired and not knowing what to do. So let's go ahead and continue here. Then he sent me DMs from the official company Twitter, pretending to be a new employee replacing me, with mocking emojis. I am new Twitter admin Tachi. Nice to meet you. Why are you writing to me on purpose? Muscles and sideward cross. I don't know what that means. That's gotta be Miyazaki. Honestly, that's how Miyazaki types. I've seen him in a lot of videos. I've seen his Twitter a lot, and that's definitely gotta be Miyazaki. Okay, let's move on. He kept mocking me while I was in complete panic and shell-shocked, as months of hard work and effort was being ruined by a man currently laughing in my face. At that point, a friend of mine told me to tell him to start communicating with me about this properly, or I would be forced to make a video. This is his response. Okay, let's take a look at this. I will be forced to make a video if you refuse to communicate with me. I will be forced to make a... Okay, what video? Telling everyone what you did. Go ahead. If you're refusing to communicate with me after throwing me out, you gonna refuse to pay me too? Which he really can't do, but I understand, like, this guy is a foreigner, so maybe Miyazaki might feel like he can kind of do whatever he wants, which he can't. There are laws in Japan to protect the employees, even if they're foreign. So Miyazaki's gonna have to pay him for his work, regardless of what he wants to do or what he doesn't want to do. Then a very popular friend of mine, who I don't want to name, told Miyazaki that she refused to work with him due to how he is treating me and screwing me over. In response, he threatened to call a lawyer on me. I just got word that you dropped my friend Merriweather from his position in your company without paying him for the time he worked. I don't need any verification because I am honor bound to take his word for it. After all, the sincere work he's done for me in the past, and I have to stand by my friend. Thank you for the business we have done regardless. When you fuck people over, they don't want to work for you. Another emoji. I don't know what the fuck that one means. Now stop messaging me before the 21st if you're gonna be rude. I'm calling my lawyer. Alright, well, Miyazaki, I don't know really what you're gonna do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. You have to pay him. You haven't paid him, obviously. He's still making these tweets at this point. We have to get through all of it, but at this point, he hasn't paid him yet. And he's just getting kicked off, no verification. There's got to be paperwork. There's systems that go on when you're firing someone. You can't just drop them, delete them from accounts, whatever. This is a business, not... Listen, I don't know the laws in Japan as far as business goes, but I know how things go in America. And this is... I'm pretty sure it's very similar in Japan. It's got to be, at least. There's got to be some way to protect the employees from the employers if there's misconduct. But... moving on, let's go. The chat continued with him using this mocking tone with me. Alright, so he's got like 3 posts. Very bad. Mayweather from his position in your company without paying him for the time he worked. You refuse to communicate clearly, so I can't trust you. Get your lawyer. I may need to report it Tanaka-senpai. This is very serious issue. Who cares? You're gonna screw me over anyway. You haven't paid me yet and refuse to communicate. See you on the 21st. Okay? Besides, you betrayed me, so why would I care what you and Tanaka say? Sure you see, I don't care. I'm gonna quit the company even if you don't fire me. Whoa, now you call him Tanaka. So you betrayed me, so why would I care? You can't speak seriously about business. You're not serious about business. If you're just gonna betray me out of nowhere like this, there's no way I can ever trust you. So sad again. You can't even talk properly to your workers. I'm sharing all of what you write. So sad. Alright, Miyazaki's not looking good for you. From Botama, I guess that's bottom of my heart. You hate me. You're a bad person. I don't want to talk to you. You betrayed me completely, refusing to communicate with me or talk to me about it. All you do is try to make fun of me. There's no point. Sadnessy. If you won't be professional, then I won't either. Well, don't stoop down to his level, man. Remember that you have to be like a bigger person in this situation. So just, you know, follow the right paths and try to go through the right outlets right before you kind of stoop down to this level. Just try to still be professional even if he's not being professional. Be the bigger person. That's at least what I would do. So, alright, continue reading. You might think, oh, that's Miyazaki. He's a goofy Japanese guy who speaks bad English. Even if I do think that, he still needs to be professional in these kind of situations. There's a time and a place for everything, but, you know, come on. Response. No, he is a very westernized man who has lived in Australia for years and speaks perfect English. He pretends to be bad at Japanese to make YouTubers want to promote the site without asking for money. Really? That's kind of shocking. So, like, he speaks perfect English. He just pretends to not, just to, like, I guess, play on some stereotype, which I've kind of noticed. I've definitely noticed, like, you know, come on, nobody's that bad at it. Even my friends who barely speak English don't act the same way he does. I kind of figured it was some sort of act. You might ask, why does Miyazaki have a picture of a Scandinavian flag on his profile? Let me see that. Oh, he does. He has the Swedish flag and some other flags I don't really recognize, but yeah, that's true. Okay. You might ask, why does Miyazaki have a picture of Scandinavian flags on his profile picture? Response, he changed it once he started mocking me to a picture of all Scandinavian flags without the Danish flag. My flag, I have no idea why. Alright, let's take a look at this. Yep. That is... Isn't this one the Denmark flag? I'm not sure. Oh, here's Miyazaki's Skype. His phone number. Yeah, that... From, like, what I've seen in the last Twitter posts, obviously, those were Miyazaki now that I look at him. But he did change them eventually. The entire bad English thing stems from when Miyazaki was initially trying to get YouTubers to promote the website for free. He made an African employee spam any YouTuber he could. iDubbbz was the one to find the bad English entertaining, and did it for free with his unboxing series. Miyazaki will constantly pester YouTubers to do YouTube videos for free in order to maximize profits of the company and keep his position as CMO, Corporate Market Officer, so he can get a paid vacation to America and an expensive apartment. Don't buy from their website. Well, I'm definitely not going to after this. So far, we haven't even really gotten through all of it, but I'm definitely seeing some problems here with Miyazaki. If you buy from Samurai Buyer's website, you're automatically signing a term of service that allows them to charge you a mysterious amount of money 1 to 2 weeks later. The price you pay at first will not be the full price, and people have been charged as much as $50 for shipping. On top of that, on top of the item price and service fee. Wow, so that is a serious amount of money. $50. That it's not like $1 or $2 here and there. That's $50. That is a lot of money. Even, no matter how rich you are, that is definitely a lot of money. Then why aren't there are tons of negative reviews saying exactly that? There are. Here are some. Okay, let's take a look at these. Dealt with some specialty gifts requested by my daughter's Christmas gift. Item never arrived after months of follow-ups. They finally replied saying they received a return shipment, asked for more money. Stay away. They kept delaying me past the point of being able to contest the credit card charges. Again, stay away. I recently purchased 6 boxes of Japanese instant noodles, a kind I can't find around here, just to try them. Don't buy from these guys. They try to deceive you with seemingly low prices on items themselves, but gouge you with ridiculous high shipping prices. I tried canceling, but my stuff was already bought from the store, so I'm stuck having to pay $35 in international shipping fees for only $7 worth of noodles. If you just want to buy Japanese novelty food like the noodles or candy, just buy off of another site like Candy Sun. They don't charge you $35 for 6 boxes of noodles. Never ordering Samurai Buyer again. Okay, so there's actual reviews on this. Very interesting indeed. Samurai Buyer pays for likes. They have 8,000 likes, but only average 10 likes per post, and probably pays for positive reviews, as the positive reviews are always either no words at all or super brief like this. Shipping costs are absurd. I want to clarify, and I have to pay 20 euros, I guess, with shipping. I never want to order from this site again. It's excellent. So I guess from what it's saying here is they buy likes, like bots. They buy bots to kind of give themselves good reviews or good likes or a lot of likes or whatever. You can of course get a refund for shipping fee, but not for the item or service fee. They will keep the item and keep the service fee. You paid them to buy the item for you. The item then goes directly to the subscription boxes being sold for $50, making the company profit. Here's a brief summary. You buy an item for $10, service fee is $4. After weeks of suddenly charge at least $20 in shipping. Total price is now $34 for something on the website said $14. They will refund the shipping, but keep the item. Samurai Buyer is now got a free item to resell and $4 in service fee. That is very, very messed up. That is not a good business strategy. That is very, very bad. That is just so messed up to kind of abuse your customers, stealing from. That's like highway robbery. That is ridiculous. I tried my very best to be a good employee. I worked as hard as I could to grow their social media. I always did everything Miyazaki told me, even when it wasn't all a part of my contract or job description, because I genuinely wanted to turn the company good with the subscription box I made. Here's the social blade for Twitter followers before Miyazaki ousted me. Okay, let's take a look at this. Yeah, it's I never really doubted that this guy was a good worker. I mean, just from the tweet that he made just now, obviously he's a good worker. So yeah, it's obvious that Miyazaki abused him. I recall one time Miyazaki wanted me to research about beauty vloggers so he could advertise expensive cosmetics. When I tried hinting that I wouldn't do good at that job since I'm a social media manager and not very equipped for the type of research, he started kicking my chair. Like physically kicking it? It seemed like he was joking, but he then started interrupting me. What did you say? What did you say? So it sounds like employee harassment. Him doing that in front of all of my colleagues in the middle of the office was humiliating. I still remember it vividly. It's like he was mocking me, looking down at me, and trying to shut me up by humiliating me all at once. After I left Fukuoka, it seems Miyazaki figured out he could just make up an excuse to fire me, since I had already finished all of my best promotional work and laid out an easy marketing plan that he could follow, while relying on YouTubers like Lost Paws and Max Mofo doing free promotion. I wished to God that we could have sat down and had a calm conversation about it. We could have walked away as friends, but instead, once he felt I wasn't useful anymore, he tossed me away, spit in my face, and mocked me like a sociopath. So, when I said at the beginning, like, when he called Miyazaki a sociopath, I am willing to admit I was wrong. Miyazaki is obviously a sociopath. There's something wrong with him. You don't treat your employees or anybody that kind of way. That is completely disgraceful. Only when I started saying bad things in my Discord chat about the company did he come back with this. We apologize that you feel that way, so please stop saying bad things in Discord. So basically, I'm sorry you're being a dick. Stop being a dick. Just because they were a dick to them. Oh my god, this is ridiculous. Unfair dismissal, at least in Europe, is illegal. Unfair dismissal in labor. Oh, okay. So yeah, you guys could go ahead and look that one up. I know what unfair dismissal is, so you guys go ahead. I'll leave a link to this Wikipedia page. I'm sure it says something about that in Japan. However, I'm not a Japanese citizen, and I don't think it would be worth the hassle to take any legal steps. No, there is actually a very big community of foreigners in Japan that teach English, that teach a second language, that work there, businessmen, whatever. There are obviously laws to protect them, and there are lawyers to keep them safe. If you need any help with that, I suggest going to Victor or the King of Morons, Gimme a Flake Man. If you know him, try talking to Gimme a Flake Man. He has been in Japan for the longest time and probably knows some good lawyers you can talk to. I wouldn't take that lying down. Okay, moving on. But I wanted everyone to know not to buy from Samurai Buyer. Buy from a good ethical place like JList or AmiAmi. I actually bought from JList. They are pretty good. If you're looking for a subscription box, then go to Anime Bento or Aki Bento. My friend Yusha Anime, he actually buys Aki Bento, and I definitely want to get into that too. Now that I've said all of this, I'm sure Miyazaki is going to find a way to spread lies about me, or make up new reasons as to why I was fired. Please do not believe them. It's just a way to discredit me. The real reason is that he wanted the profits to himself and didn't want to spend any more money on social media manager when that person had already laid out the work for cheaper alternatives to take over. That is fair, but the way he handled it was unethical, unfair, immature, unprofessional, and a complete mockery to everything I worked for months on. For a company I thought would treat me with at least a tiny bit of respect. So I'm thankful I have such awesome readers who are willing to support me. If it weren't for them, I would have to beg this sociopath to take me back and lick his boots, or I would be in financial ruin with no way of getting back to Denmark. Thank you so much, and please never buy from Samurai Buyer. I originally didn't want to post this, but they're going to be slandering me, so reporters won't listen to me, and other companies won't hire me, by saying I was racist and arguing with my coworkers. Complete fabrication, and refuse to show any chat logs they have that they claimed as proof. So they said that they had proof, but they didn't have any chat logs, or they didn't show any chat logs saying that he was being racist or arguing with, coworkers or some shit like that. Alright, well, it seems that he has some updates. Let's go take a look at these. Cactustic Kerbin, an employee at Samurai Buyer, was previously backing every word I said, even making a statement on Discord. Miyazaki had refused to pay him, but then suddenly Miyazaki magically agreed to pay him everything and released a full statement about me full of lies, like how I apparently consistently argued with other employees despite there being no chat logs of ever happening, and this is a complete fabrication, and Miyazaki never mentioned it to me when he ousted me from the company. Here's what he also goes on about: how I got angry at him for the way he tweeted at customers, which is natural when he would tell customers shit like "come in my bummy" out of nowhere. Okay? I mean, like, if a customer is complaining, you don't really say anything like that, but if you're just trying to be funny or you're screwing around with the customer, everybody kind of expects that from Miyazaki, but this is a little outrageous. Alright, here is his statement before getting paid off. Okay, let's take a look at this. Sup guys, it's your boy, Cactustit. I back everything Merryweather has said. You can know it's me cause I made a vid on the official YouTube Samurai Buyer YouTube. I have been working for Samurai Buyer for almost 2 months, and now all the banners on the main page, pretty much all except the ugly ones, were made by me, such as the one for Miyazaki meme box, etc. I have not been given a penny of compensation for my work after this affair with Merryweather being fired. You am considering just completely backing out, even though for me Samurai Buyer represented a chance at working in Japan. They have been encouraging of me to come work for them while I'm on working holiday, which starts in October this year. Guys, what should I do? Alright, I guess that was from this guy, Corbin. Here is his statement after getting paid off. Oh, so this is the entire chat log that they have. Alright, I'm not going to read all of this. This is a lot. You guys can check this out for yourself. But Uh, for some reason, he convinced some journalists to go against him based on complete hearsay. This guy has no proof of what he's saying, and I have proof backing everything I'm saying. That is true. That is very true. After being called out, Corbin has retracted his statement, apologizing and admitting he has no proof and doesn't actually know whether it's true or not. Update 2. Several claims have been made about why I was fired. Details. Alright, let's see. Claim 1. Mary was fired for self-promoting. I have screenshots showing Miyazaki said I was allowed to do it, referred to the earlier post. That is true. Mary was fired for arguing with other employees. Never happened, and they refused to show screenshots they claimed are proof. So they said that they had screenshots of them doing it, but never showed it to anybody, okay? So that doesn't really look good for them. Mary was fired for being racist on Twitter. Miyazaki never asked me not to do it. I'm sorry? Miyazaki never asked me not to do it. I was constantly encouraged to go as far as I want, like iDubbbz. I do remember that one video iDubbbz did with with the Samurai Buyer, and I kind of figured that was all an act, and it was all just a joke, and I thought it was pretty funny, so I'm not sure if that was him or not, or if that was Mary or not, and not Miyazaki, so let's see. Go as far as I want, like iDubbbz. He held a great speech convincing me to quit my job and move to Japan by saying there are no limits in marketing for Samurai Buyer. Miyazaki found what I posted on my Twitter, on the Twitter funny, and I would always ask permission before posting something over the line. But Miyazaki always said yes. So I stopped doing it after a while, and he never asked me to remove anything. All the reasons are bullshit. Here's the real reason. Mary laid out all the work, and Miyazaki wanted to market it by himself so he can get an expensive trip to America. Once Mary had already done all the marketing work set up for Miyazaki, like a regular sociopath, didn't care about him anymore, so just spamming him emojis and sent him DMs from the official company Twitter taunting him. So definitely after reading this, I am one thing's for sure, I am not buying from Samurai Buyer, and to all you, I highly suggest the same. I think this is definitely ridiculous, this entire thing. I obviously can't trust them as a company with my money, just from what they said about, right here. The whole buy $10 thing, $4 seems $14, okay. Then after that, $20 shipping, and then it's like $34. Hell no. Hell to the no. I am not doing that. But this is not looking good for Miyazaki. I looked at the Samurai Buyer. Nothing's really said since then. This was actually posted up on the 22nd, and as of recording this, it's the 24th. He hasn't posted up anything. There's no response. 22nd was the 21st was the last tweet. So that's the Samurai Buyer website, and here we have Miyazaki's Twitter, and here we have a statement, our statement. Let's read this. Let's take a look at this. Our statement. Hi guys, it's Miyazaki. As you may or may not be aware, there are a lot of negative information being spread about Samurai Buyer on Twitter right now, which includes deviations of the truth. I want to apologize if I have caused anyone worry or concern. We are currently investigating further and would like to make more detailed statement at a later date. I hope that you all continue to stick with us. From all of us at Samurai Buyer. Okay, that doesn't really give me too much detail on anything. Let's see. When I was he posted like some Japanese girl. Homie, you guys a good cunt, mate. All right, that was 21st. There's really nothing going. I don't know who these people are. Very serious. Whatever. Okay, I'd really like to hear Miyazaki's side of the story. It really is kind of upsetting, and I didn't really. Oh, this is Misaki Naughty Meme Box. Okay, I'm guessing this is what he was referring to. This is something I guess that that Mary over here made. So I don't know. This is very disappointing. And Miyazaki, I honestly can't trust you or trust your company if this is how it's gonna act. And I really hope this isn't true. But I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to believe Mary on this one. He presented a lot of truth. He showed a lot of stuff. I don't know how I can trust you with all of that has been presented to me. So I'm gonna have to see like full chat logs, everything that's going on right before I can go ahead and say, hey, yeah, you know, this guy was lying. But obviously Mary has brought a lot of points, and I'm gonna have to believe him. So guys, I guess that's about it. I kind of just wanted to share this story with you. In my personal opinion, I don't really know what to believe at this point. I need to see a little bit more. I want to wait a little bit, see what Miyazaki says, see what Samurai Buyer says. I don't know what to believe. I've seen some YouTubers obviously say some stuff. We've seen Joey the Anime Man, J-List, you know, Noble Senpai. They were all on there, so I kind of want to wait. I want to see what Noble Senpai, Aki Dearest, Max Mofo, all of them. I'd like to see what they have to say about this. Just to kind of hear if there's any new developments. If there is, I'll definitely keep you guys updated. Till then, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you can, do me a favor, go ahead and follow this guy right here, Mary Mayweather Ray, or Mary Mayweather. Sorry, man, I totally messed up your name. Just go ahead and follow him. See if you can help him out. Just, you know, give him some support because it's obvious he needs it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. Peace.